Gogo is praying. No.
I'm not gonna talk to Nali. She wants to talk to me. I'm not doing that. She wants to poke me. Yeah. I choose to be sorry in this case. To say sorry. Yeah.
So guys, that was the beginning of the Themba and Nale'S fight. I told you guys in my previous video that I was going to source for the gist. So here I am back with all the juicy details, everything that went down between Nale and Themba yesterday and even today. I did not know that the fight was going to extend till today, even both on Twitter. Like, it's a very big deal on Twitter right now. Everybody is just like, there's a lot of back and forth between Nale's fans and Themba's fans, and even inside the house it has extended till today. So I said, let me just package everything and come and offload for you guys. In the next part of the conversation between Themba and Nale, it was when Nale was still going ahead to say he's negative, and then Themba was now telling her that she should go and meet Dinky that she should not come and try to be his therapist, that is Dinky that she needs. So let me just play that part for you guys, then we'll continue.
Negativity on a constant basis, back to back, consistently.
Damn.
6
So there's no
weeks.
problem there?
I Themba, you're a legend.
Bro. You're negative, Themba.
You need Pinky. Yeah, I don't have time for you. Trying to be my therapist now.
So that's how the conversation went, but there's more to it, like the entire build-up from when this whole thing started and what made it get to this point. I joined a Twitter space yesterday, and somebody came on the space and then gave a more detailed explanation, which I was like, okay, this sounds like it, because I was wondering where all of it was coming from. So I'm just going to play it for you guys so you would also get it, because I think the person did well in her explanation of what the problem was or how the problem developed to that point. But before we go into that, before I show you guys that, welcome back to my channel, guys. If you are new here, please do to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that I can get notified each time I post a brand new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. So let me just play that one for you guys so that you would understand better.
So basically, she kept calling him negative. The reason why she was calling him negative is after they made the mannequins, about the two mannequins that they made. You know how Tools and Themba always shit talk each other, so they were making fun of each other's dolls. So I don't know if you heard when Sister Mara was talking about the doll thing, and then Tools said, "Well, to be not on the dining table just like maybe like an hour ago." Tools said, "To be fair, I also said their doll was ugly." So they were shit talking each other. That's why. And Themba said something along the lines of, "Oh, I think your doll is ugly too," or something like that. And ours, we're gonna win, or something, because ours is better than yours. So that's why Nale was calling him negative. But he wasn't talking to her. He was talking to Tools, because they go back and forth every time. Even with the whole earlier today, like, "Oh, you've never been up." Like, they crack on each other, and everybody else was laughing. And even to confirm that, later on, when Libo was talking to Terry, he was also saying that even that with Nale, she's coming for Themba, because especially when he says stuff that is not even directed at her, but she wants to chime in and be negative, you're negative. Like, even at some point early in the conversation, while they were all at dining table, he'll be talking to someone about something, or she'll be on her own table, "You're negative," and he turned and looked at her and said, like, "Nale's trying to come for me." So that's what happened. She kept calling him negative, and that's why he said, "I'm not going to engage with you." He didn't say engage with you, but he said, "I'm not going to answer you or talk to you or whatever, because you're trying to get me to respond." And earlier also, she said something. She kept, I don't know what she said to him. We couldn't hear her mic, but then he turns and look at her and says, "Nale, if I talk, you will cry." That's what he said to her, because she was saying something to him. Like, he wasn't talking to her, but she kept making comments towards him, and that's why he said, "If I talk, you will cry." And then she said, "Oh, do you want to make me cry?" Like, why are you asking that kind of question? Okay, if he now says, "Yes, I want to make you cry," it's gonna be like, "Oh, you're threatening me, or you're doing this." So that's the whole, and that happened before this video that Rebel posted.
So that's the explanation that the lady gave. And although I'm not aware of some of the things that she said, the one I know I witnessed was when Themba and what's her name? Mpo, they were having a conversation earlier on about the doll, the mannequin. In fact, that thing is a scarecrow, like I said. When they were having a conversation about it, they were just having like this whole back and forth bands. I witnessed the one between Themba and Mpo. I did not witness the one between Themba and Tools, but I know there has just been this back and forth of like, ours is better than yours, and it has been happening all day. So I think maybe Nale just maybe misinterpreted it, or just took it that Themba is being negative and is trying to maybe talk down their own doll. I be their mannequin, I be their scarecrow. Their scarecrow. And you guys also know that in her diary room, when she when she nominated Themba, she said that Themba has always been negative. So in her own opinion, Themba has always been negative. So that's where she's coming from. And then Themba, on the other hand, doesn't want to give her that room to provoke him, because I guess these are the kind of things that get him all worked up and all provoked. So he is trying to ignore that, so that it's not going to get him to the point where he will react in a way that nobody will like. Then today again, it didn't continue though. Apparently Nale was outside with some of the housemates. That's been Tools, Venus, Sister Mara, Libo, and she was just saying that if Themba continues being negative again today, that she's just going to be on his matter all through today. Then Libo now told her that she should not provoke him, that maybe she can do what she wants to do, but she should not provoke him.
Okay, today, if Themba is being negative like yesterday, I'm going to hear him stick about it the entire day.
Don't start him, though. Don't provoke him. And then when he lets off, then you tell him to say,
if he starts,
don't provoke him.
If he starts,
Because if you do provoke him, I'm going to support him.
Then later on, Libo now went into the house. When he was inside the house, he was now giving Themba the gist of what was happening outside. That Nale said that if he continues, or if he does anything today, that she's going to attack him. And then Themba was now saying that it's because he did not respond to her greeting. Apparently, Nale greeted him earlier on during the day and he did not respond to her. He said he did not want to talk to her. So that's probably why she's getting all worked up, or she's acting that type of way.
Nale's out here saying that if you say anything today, she's going to attack you. They will come back and forth before you pull that.
No, it's because she greeted me this morning and I didn't reply. She asked me why I said I don't want to talk to you.
I'm not going to allow her.
Libo informed him, and I'm like, okay, it's good that Libo is informing him, so he would see where he will know where, if anything is happening, he will know that this is what she already had in mind earlier on during the day, that she's going to be on his matter and probably provoke him. So he's just going to avoid the whole matter. Also yesterday, Libo and Terry, they were having a conversation about like Nale just being on Themba's matter. It was Libo that brought it up and saying that anything that he does, she'll just attack. And then Terry was saying that apparently it's because of I think Monday's eviction matter, that she has been paranoid, that even Venus has been paranoid. And I told you guys in my other video that both of them have kind of been paranoid, and I think maybe because they've just been paranoid on a general note. So the whole thing is just showing up on different, showing up in different ways.
Not towards her, you call him out. He even said himself, you are chasing me.
No, I think she's just pissed from yesterday. She doesn't let it go.
So that is what happened. Then also there's another thing that happened again, that Venus called Themba to ask him outside. Venus and Themba, they had a conversation about what she heard that Themba said earlier on. According to her, she said that someone told her that Themba made a statement about Tato, that Tato, the shorts that Tato is wearing, with the shorts that Tato is wearing, she looks like she's about to get knocked. I don't even know how to say it, but yeah.
Who said that?
I'll tell you after you tell me what
Is that Nale? Like, you know what?
I wasn't there. I don't know.
Let me say something to you. If somebody's feeling uncomfortable, let them go to Big Brother. Why would they say she looks like she wants to be fucked?
Or that shorts makes you look like you want to get fucked, or something like that.
I felt like he sounded a little bit defensive at first, because she was like, the fact that Venus came to him and told him that, okay, this is what I heard. I think the first thing he should have done is tell her that, where is that coming from? This is not what I said. I couldn't have said this before. He will now, But he just went straight up. Anybody that has an issue with me, she can make me brother, So he came across as being a little bit defensive. But I think the reason for that is because of all these other events that have been happening. So he just feels like the narrative that they are trying to push a particular narrative about him. So he wants to just shut it down before it even gets to that point. Although later on, he just told her that he didn't say anything like that. He didn't use those words.
I wouldn't say that one. And if somebody feels like that, let them go to Big Brother.
I actually watched when the whole thing happened earlier on. Themba saw Tato and he was with why am I forgetting names today? Themba saw Tato and he was with Gashwan. He was not asking Gashwan that, has he seen Tato's shots today? He now said, I think he now said yes. He now said that doesn't give him a boner. That's Gashwan. Gashwan now said no, and then he shut down the whole conversation, and that's what happened. I don't think he used the F word in any throughout the conversation. And I think on a general note, sometimes I feel like we tend to I think sometimes we are usually too sensitive when it comes to guys and things that they say about ladies, especially when it has to do with like sexual talk. But I feel like sometimes we are a little bit too sensitive. If a lady says these things, we don't take it too far, like we even see it as a joke. So sometimes, except the guy is like overdoing it, then but if not, I don't think some of these things are that offensive. So yeah. I'm not going to say too much about like the whole Themba Nale'S. I don't have strength to like give in my opinion, because if I start to talk, we're not going to leave here, we're going to sleep here. So I just want to know what you guys think about the whole Themba Nale'S issue. Yeah, let me just end this video here. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I'm going to see you on the next one. Bye, love you.